SB 822, colleagues, establishes a strong net neutrality requirement in California by banning practices by internet services providers that block or slow access to websites or discriminate among websites or applications. Specifically, the bill prevents ISPs from violating the three bright line rules of no blocking, no throttling or slowing, and no paid prioritization, both where the content is delivered to the consumer and also at the point of interconnection, where a business providing content or an organization providing content enters the system. SB 822 creates coherent and enforceable bright line rules for offering zero-rated services and broadband services with differing levels of quality of service. The bright line rules in this bill clearly describe what is legal and what is prohibited and allow for the Attorney General to review complaints or potential violations on a case-by-case basis. There was some concern about having the CPUC involved, and the bill was amended in the last committee to remove the CPUC entirely. Additionally, the bill prohibits the state from spending taxpayer money for broadband contracts where the ISP has violated the parameters of this net neutrality legislation. If the public is paying for broadband service, the state should receive a product that adheres to net neutrality. Fundamentally, this bill is about not allowing ISPs to pick winners and losers on the internet, or forcing customers to use only favored services. The ISPs are an on-ramp and an off-ramp to the internet. It's not about them deciding which websites are going to be easy or hard to access, or trying to push people into certain products but not others. A free and open internet means that we get to decide what websites we go to, not a broadband provider. Without strong net neutrality protections, we seriously risk an internet manipulated by ISPs for economic gain. Slow lanes and fast lanes, depending on how much a website pays, economic inducements to use an ISP's own services over competitors. We need to avoid these practices, and we need legal protections to do so. As you will recall, last December, the FCC reversed the 2015 Obama-era rules on net neutrality. Now, this action did not just revoke the 2015 Obama FCC rules. This action obliterated all FCC jurisdiction over net neutrality issues, going back 15 years. Even before President Obama was in office, the FCC had rules to protect net neutrality. The FCC erased all of that and removed itself entirely from overseeing these protections. And so that's why it's up to us as a state to step in and fill the void to protect consumers and businesses in California. We have been working for about 5 months now, working with academics, business leaders, ISPs, FCC commissioners, advocates, people from around the state to craft a bill that protects free speech, that protects our businesses and residents, and that ensures an open internet. And we believe this bill is comprehensive and will do the job. I want to note that I know that the telecoms and cable companies have been indicating that this bill somehow goes wildly beyond the 2015 order. That is not the case. We are not the FCC, and we have to regulate in a different way. The FCC, because the 2015 rule made the FCC a global utility-style regulator, the FCC order could do more on a case-by-case basis. For example, zero rating, interconnection issues. Those were part of the 2015 order, but it was more case-by-case. Because we are not creating a comprehensive utility-style regulator, we need to have clearer rules, and that's what we have done in this bill. Colleagues, I want to just stress that net neutrality is one of those incredible issues where it's not a partisan issue. it's very, very, very clear what Californians want. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And overwhelmingly, Californians and people around the country, they don't want telecoms and cable companies deciding what web traffic is going to move fast or slow, or where you can go, or how easy it's going to be to get there. Republicans, Democrats, everyone, it's off the charts. Californians want us to do our job, to protect the internet and to protect access by consumers and businesses. And that's what this bill is about. You know, what the FCC did, it was really reprehensible. After decades of work to build strong protections for consumers and businesses to access the internet, Donald Trump took office, and like a wrecking ball, they just erased everything, created a complete void. And we have a responsibility to fill that void and to protect our state. So colleagues, this is an important issue. I think this is a good bill. We're continuing to work with a broad spectrum of stakeholders. I have had an open door to the industry opposing the bill. I'm meeting again, I believe, tomorrow with the Cable Association, and we'll continue to work with supporters and opponents. The bill is getting very, very strong support, including from Tom Wheeler, who is the chairman of the FCC that issued the 2015 order. Chairman Wheeler would not be supporting this bill if he didn't think that it fills the void.